But first, Prashant Kishor, the Jan Suraaj party chief, he has completely collapsed as far as the Bihar electoral results are concerned. 0 seats, voter percentage, not very impressive. In fact, he did not even get the 18 lakh votes in all. He lost a deposit in 236 of the 238 seats that he contested on. The party has come second only in 1 seat. It secured the third place in the 126 constituencies according to an election data with only 3.44% of the vote. The party even trailed Nota in 68 constituencies. Now, following the crushing defeat, Prashant Kishor, who was supposed to hold his press conference today, his first public meeting ever since the rout, that press conference has been cancelled in Patna. Aman is now joining us from the newsroom. Aman, Prashant Kishor, the BJP says his opponents say was too much of a hype. It was not reflected on the ground. Today possibly could have been the day where he would have spoken out, spelt out his future plan, but clearly he is not yet ready to meet the people.
Well, yes, Pallavi, and we all know after interviewing Prashant Kishor, you interviewed him as well, that lot was promised. You know, there was a lot of hype, he said he would be the kingmaker, he would determine who comes to power, you know, he will get a big vote share, he will win many seats, but nothing of this seems to have happened on the ground. The data that we have analyzed, and as we read out just now, his party got just 3.44% of the votes, that is less than 18 lakh votes in this election. Out of 238 seats that his party contested, his candidates have lost deposits in 236 seats. Almost 98-99% of the seats he has lost deposits. In just 1 seat, his party could come second. Yes, his party has come third in many seats, but when Pallavi, two big alliances fight, it is no big deal to come third, because even while coming third, most of his candidates have lost their deposits in those seats. In fact, Nota has scored more votes in nearly 68 constituencies than Prashant Kishor did. So I think this data speaks a lot that how when you contest outside true traditional alliances in Bihar, you know, you are not expected to do well. We saw this with Chirag Paswan even in the last elections, who got a decent vote share but could not register any major wins or any major dent to any other party. Also, I think, Pallavi, that because Prashant Kishor did not contest these elections, you know, I think that is also a big thing, because, you know, that also in a way deflated the entire campaign of the Jan Suraaj party. So far, the Jan Suraaj party has come out with 2 public statements. There was one statement by Prashant Kishor where he said that this rupees 10,000 promise, you know, which was promised by the NDA, seems to have gravitated women voters totally towards the NDA. And yesterday, one of his party men also said that, you know, people who were scared of the Jungle Raj under the RJD regime actually chose the NDA and not the Jan Suraaj party. But Prashant Kishore's silence continues. He's not been seen in the public also since the results came, and his press conference that you also was saying for 11 a.m. has also been cancelled. And
the big question, of course, remains is that will he stay on or will he go away? Because also, Amar, for 3.5 years, he was on the ground, to be fair to him. But now is going to be the real test, because after all this effort that he put in on the ground, his political future is something which everyone would have wanted to know.
Well, absolutely, Pallavi. He was there on the ground for almost 3 years. You know, he walked the entire state almost, went to people and said that you need to vote beyond caste, you need to vote for the future of your children, you know, you need to vote for employment, that migration stops from Bihar, all good issues. But apparently it still seems that Bihar did not believe his, I would say, his narrative so much. They did not believe that he could actually win so much that he could influence the election in a big way. More seen as a vote katua party, as we all saw during the campaign also when we were on the ground. And most importantly, Pallavi, he gave public declarations, including to many journalists, that JDU will completely collapse. In fact, he said if JDU gets more than 25 seats in this election, I will retire from politics. JDU has now got 85 seats. So I think the Prashant Kishor will he walk the talk now and quit politics, because his big claim has fallen flat. But some in his party, you know, I was speaking to someone in his party in the morning today who said that, you know, we still got 18 lakh votes. The Congress got 44 lakh votes. So, you know, for a first time party to even get 18 lakh votes is a good start. We are here to stay. We will work more on our organization and more on the ground. But it remains to be seen, because Prashant Kishor promised much. But in this election, he seems to have been a big flop.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, he spoke about a different kind of a Bihar. He raised issues like crowded trains. He spoke about the fact that how long will Bihar be caught in the prism of the caste narrative. There were crowds there. There were young people. He's not been able to tap the young voters as well. 14 lakh first-time voters. I don't know how many of them actually, got attracted and actually voted for Prashant Kishor. But looking from far, we are today talking about PK as he's called, right, Aman? So will he occupy that space eventually which, say, a Congress party had in Bihar?
Well, Pallavi, see, as you were correctly saying, the PK was mostly depending on the young voters. He thought that, the young crowd, the unemployed people in Bihar, who were struggling for jobs, had a connect with Prashant Kishor's party. That is what I saw on the ground also. I'm sure you also saw it when you went. But the fact is, at the end of the day, the young voter also had the RJD as an option. It was also Tejasvi Yadav promising almost the same things that Prashant Kishor was promising. Maybe there's been a split in the young vote. Maybe the young woman voter did not go for RJD or Tejasvi. Maybe it went for the NDA because of Nitish Kumar and the security and the safety situation in the state. So I think Prashant Kishore's campaign somewhere fell within the cracks, and it could not find its core vote base in this election. Yes, 18 lakh votes is not a very bad performance. It's a decent performance for a debutant in Bihar. But as I said, he promised so much, the hype was so much that people expected the moon from him, and they thought he will win 10, 15 seats maybe. But nothing of this sort has happened. That shows in Bihar, Pallavi, also that when you're a part of an alliance, either the opposition alliance or the NDA alliance, your chances of performance are much better. Even the HAM has won 5 seats, Mr. Owaisi has won 5 seats, but the parties outside the alliances, two traditional alliances, generally do not tend to do well because people don't see them as a viable alternative in the entire politics, caste politics also of Bihar.
All right. Thank you very much, Aman, for that perspective. Prashant Kishor cancelling his press conference and what lies ahead for Jan Suraaj party. But Bihar